Hello and welcome to Tangerine, and this week we are looking at Black
Tangerine!
Mesa. Oh, okay.
Hello.
I forgot we did an intro for this thing.
Gotcha. It worked better. It worked better that you didn't know.
The double Tangerine. Gotcha.
Yeah. Double Tangerine.
It was a fucking bait, just like that Apex Legends shit.
With
the new character assassinating the new character.
Yeah, I preferred the old one.
Anyway, Black Mesa, if you don't know, is a mod recreation of the original Half-Life game, built in the Source engine. No, not Half-Life Source, that terrible fucking port that doesn't work.
What do you mean?
Half-Life Source is terrible. If you don't know, Half-Life Source is like a much inferior version of the game to the Gold Source one.
Oh, right, okay. But this one is another one, but better.
Well, this one kind of has like Valve's blessing sort of thing.
Okay.
And if you don't, this mod's been in development for 8 years now, I think. Or the first half of the game came out in 2012, and now so it's been in development for probably about more than 10 years now, I would say.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem Forever levels, and if you get to Duke Nukem Forever levels of development, you know you're too big to fail at that point.
Yeah, that's true, because famously Duke Nukem Forever, a very good game after 12 years.
Yep. But I played the original mod when it came out in 2012, and I played through the whole game, and then you get to the end, and the Zen says, "Oh, coming later," sort of thing.
Right. That's the bit you wanted, though.
Yeah. Well, no, I just wanted to play the game.
Okay. What? The Zen mode looked amazing. So.
Well, we didn't know anything about the Zen really until kind of recently, when they started doing lots of work. That was kind of the final push, because most of the time they've been working on streamlining the front half of the game, I think, and improving some pain points. Like they redesigned on a rail. I think it was there's a workshop mod. By the way, you can get workshop mods for this game, so that you can make custom campaigns.
This is one of the things where like you can like download it as like a separate game if you own the original.
Sorry?
Is it like what was the? It's like another mod where like it's like its own separate thing on Steam.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, like it has its own store page, but it's a mod.
Okay, yeah. So this
has that.
Yeah, you can buy this as a standalone game.
Right.
They have like the rights to the engine, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So they're selling this mod as a standalone thing, which they have been for a while. Initially, it released just as a mod, which I downloaded off ModDB, and then now it's like a full thing. And I was waiting for it to get more content. Basically, I was waiting for Zen because I wanted to finish the game. Here I get stuck forever, so I'm just gonna skip.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main point.
So this is like early. This is the early part of the game, then.
Yeah, but basically, this is me replaying through the original first part of the game again, because I hadn't played it in 8 years, and they've made a bunch of improvement changes. And for most part, I had a lot of fun. Some of the pain parts, I think, are probably nearer the beginning. I would say I didn't like the labs too much because I found myself going around in circles and getting lost. I think when the soldiers come and it opens up a little bit more, that's when I think it gets a bit more interesting. Like, I don't mind these labs bit, but when you have to fight the monster with the rocket launcher and stuff, that's when it gets a bit confusing. And you kind of backtrack and you're not kind of sure where you're supposed to be going. I think on a rail is still a pain point, despite the fact they changed it. I think in the original Half-Life, the on a rail section, you could just get completely lost. But they kind of streamlined it more, so you couldn't like backtrack on yourself and fuck up.
I guess there's no landmarks to know where you're going.
But I think that there's a workshop mod that makes it so you can go back to the original version if you want, and there's even on a rail extended as well if you want to have more on a rail.
Okay.
I really didn't like on a rail in the original game or on this one either, even though I think it's a lot better than it was. Yeah, there's some of the pain points that I remember. I also didn't like the section where you have like the explosives rigged up, and one explosive trigger like blows up like the whole thing. That one's kind of annoying. I found that one's kind of just like a quick save fest. sort of thing. I'll see how much of the game I've got here. Oh, this section's pretty cool. I think I'm a little bit lost, but there's like, I don't remember what this section's called. You have like a bunch of zombies. I think this is kind of more where towards the military starts to come in. I like throughout the game. There's like, you can take guards with you and you can like help the scientists, but they're pretty much cannon fodder unless they're like crucial to the mission, and at which point if they die that they will fail you. But it's not always clear if they are part of the story or not. Most of the time I just kill them because why not?
Yeah, man.
Sometimes there will be stuff where if you help a scientist along a section of the map, I was just checking out the menu. I wanted some, I wanted some tacos. I want to see how expensive they were. But if you help like a guy across the map, he can open an extra door for you and give you supplies and stuff. But there's only like one moment that it does that. I think.
Oh. Okay.
It's not like a recurring game mechanic. For the most part, the scientists are useless, and if you save them, they end up killing themselves anyway. So I think Black Mesa has a very like bleak, outlook on everything, because all of the scientists, even if you try and save them, they kill themselves. The military is coming in just to kill you because they're just there to clean up. They're not actually there to save anyone. All the guards are desperately trying to help people, but they're just getting mowed down by aliens, zombies, the military, and then you're just there like a one-man army just trying to escape. Because I can skip towards this section's pretty cool. I like that section. Because you got like the Vortiguns coming in. They have like slave collars on, because if you don't, in the second Half-Life game they're friendly, but in the first game they're like your enemy. That's one of the big changes between Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 1, if you don't know. I personally much prefer Half-Life 1, although I have been having a lot of fun with Black Mesa Souls. I'd highly recommend playing it. If you haven't, please check it out, it's cool. There's tons of stuff in the labs where you can trigger these lasers and they'll set off turrets, and it's like platforming and stuff. And I'm fairly sure like in the original, I think they have a lot less scientists killing themselves than in the original. That's me just fucking killing them.
Oh my god, okay.
I was like, I don't need these guys, fuck them, dude. I'm glad I captured that moment of me just murdering people. I'm like, fuck it doesn't matter.
They're all dead anyway, it doesn't matter.
But I'll kind of move on more towards the military section. The military, I think, is probably the best point of Black Mesa. They had a lot of fun.
So this is more open
and combat. Yeah, kind of more open areas, more like tactical gameplay, rather than the more atmospheric start of the game. I'd say the start is definitely more atmospheric. Like you start off on a normal day, something goes wrong, then slowly aliens and they slowly start turning people into zombies. Like, oh shit, the military's here to fucking kill me, and then it turns more into kind of more action, more sort of stuff that I kind of like.
Why are they only there to kill you and not anyone else?
I don't think they want anyone to know about it. They're just here to like clean up the mess.
Okay.
Like they literally on the radio like hunt down the Freeman. Oh, and it's like hinted maybe there's some other stuff going on. Because you also see the G-Man throughout the original one and this game as well. If you know the G-Man from Half-Life 2 as well. But I think, so this is the kind of the final, second to last patch. Basically, the one last patch they're doing before 1.0 out of early access is they're improving the Marines AI. That's kind of the patch they're going to do. So basically what will happen is they'll move more like an army squad. They'll like try and flank you, they'll split up, and they'll try and pincer you and stuff like that, instead of just like just improve the AI instead of just like standing around and waiting for you to be shot and stuff. But I think the AI is still fine as it is.
Okay. So is that like what the original game was like? Just them standing, waiting?
Yeah, I think the AI in the original game wasn't very good, but it was like, 20-ish plus years ago.
Oh, so yeah.
Still a great game. Oh, I can talk about the shotgun, because I fucking hate the animations on the shotgun in this game, because they're so clunky and rigid, and you're like locked into them, that I found myself not wanting to use the shotgun in this game compared to Half-Life 2. Like in Half-Life 2, the shotgun's probably my favorite weapon in the game, but in this, the animations fucking suck, and I couldn't tell whether that was intentional or not. Sorry,
you have to reload all the shells before you can.
You can try and cancel it, but you're kind of animation stuck, even if you're, because you slowly reload them over time, and as you're like shit, someone comes at you. You click the button, and then 4 seconds later, your animation breaks, and then you shoot, and then you're stuck in the shooting animation. It just the shock. I don't know if it's like I can't remember the original Half-Life, so I can't remember if the shotgun animations fucking sucked in that. But I hate the shotgun animations in this game. Not that they don't look cool, but they're clunky, and you basically get animation stuck in them every time you're trying to shoot someone. So it's a very non-clutch weapon, and it's led to me not wanting to use the weapon at all.
Yeah.
Also, alien weapons. Fuck alien weapons. I think they were pretty shit in the original Half-Life as well. But most of the time with alien weapons, I end up killing myself instead of other people. So I tend to just use the human weapons mainly, and also you face against I think your main enemy is the Marine, so I tend to use the SMG a lot, because that's kind of the ammo they drop. So the SMG is cool though; it's got like nice recoil and stuff like that. So
it's going with old reliable over
yeah. The guns I use the most are the SMG and the revolver usually. I like the revolver a lot. That's another cool weapon. Let's see what I do in this one.
You're trying the shotgun right now, but
yeah.
Switch away.
I think this is the part where I got the crossbow, or did I already have the crossbow's cool as well. Oh, this is the part where you get the tranquilizer gun, where you break into the cage and there's this giant undersea water monster, which I think I'm swimming away from it. Oh, I'm getting bit by it. There it is. This section's like terrifying for people who are scared of water. Where you've got like this this alien shark chasing. Right? Sorry?
Quite a lot of people are scared of water, right?
Yeah, I think so. The thing with water, or space even, is
the verticality.
Yeah, you have to be scared above, below, and all around you.
Yeah.
Which I think like stuff like Subnautica or what's the game in space? Space Engineers are terrifying games.
Yes.
I don't know, Dead Space, I guess? There's sections you go into. I've seen someone playing a little bit of Dead Space, and there's sections you go into space, and you have to like.
Yeah. Okay. The parts where you go like into like no atmosphere section, Dead Space, like you're more like because you're stuck and like.
Oh fuck these female ninja things! They were such a pain in the fucking ass. They like do so much damage to you, and then you try and shoot them, and then just like ninja flip across the screen, and you can't catch them. I hate these enemies, but maybe that's just my personal opinion.
Why are there ninjas after you? I thought the military.
Well, the military sent the ninjas. So.
What do you mean the military sent the ninjas?
They're military ninjas.
What?
You know, they're like special forces in the military.
Okay.
I guess.
Could they use guns?
Yeah, I think they have SMGs, and then if they get close enough to you, they start kicking you. But then this is
very ineffective compared to a normal soldier.
This is kind of one of the big bamboozles of the actual game. Maybe a soft spoiler if you haven't seen it, so you might want to look away. But
I'll look away.
Close your eyes, Tony. At this point in the game, you get ambushed by a bunch of soldiers. It's like a scripted event you can't skip. Because I was getting confused where I was supposed to be going. You get ambushed by a bunch of soldiers, I think, and then they take away all your weapons, and you wake up in like a trash compactor, basically. Here it is. I think they like flashbang you.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
So you don't expect that.
So you do a Star Wars, and you wake up in a trash compactor, and they're like, yeah, they'll probably be dead. It's fine. We don't need to kill him. Even though the entire time we were trying to kill Gordon Freeman, but let's shove him in a giant trash compactor so he can escape instead.
Doesn't really make any sense.
But then this is kind of like how they start the game again, where you now have lost all your weapons and then you have to go and get them back. And there's a whole like platforming section with conveyor belts. But this is what I'm talking about. You're more like in the desert, out of the lab. This is the area I really fucking love. This is like the best section of the game in my opinion.
The game should just start here.
No.
No.
But you have like this whole sewage plant section with like lots of platforming. There's a puzzle where you have to turn off some like flaming shit. Basically, you go into all this sewage. There's like a lot of platforming in this section, which I like. But I got stuck in this conveyor belt section for so long. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? If you don't know and you want to know, what you have to do is you need to go in that area where that trip mine is. But what you need to do is you need to grab a prop and throw like a box in there first to trigger the explosion, and then you can go through there. But it took me like fucking an hour to figure that out. Yeah, so this is like I like this section, but I was like, this is not intuitive. I got so stuck, I couldn't figure that out because I wasn't sure where I'm supposed to be going. Like the game is very linear, but there are sections where, you know, it's not going to hold your hand and tell you where to go. You're going to have to kind of figure it out. And if you like that, you like that, and if you don't, because even in the lab where it's, you know, you're very closed in, you know, halls and buildings. There's still tons of like backtracking stuff that you need to do in order to unlock certain sections of the game. But then, shall we talk about why everyone's here? The new section of the game?
Yeah, I want to see the new section.
The Zen.
Oh, beautiful.
Dude, when I first saw this, I was in fucking awe. You'll probably see, like, as I go into this, I'm just looking around. Because I can't believe this is on the original Source engine. This is like the limitations of the Source engine. Like
I still don't believe it's the original.
I think so. We had a problem with the recording. There's like a little box on the screen. I think that's my mouse. And I think it's accidentally getting recorded, but it's not supposed to be. So it's like a visual glitch. I don't know. I just updated Action with my recording software, and it's had a lot of bugs recently. So please excuse that, but please, like fucking Sauron's looking at us in the background, and then you have like these fucking awesome alien things. So if you don't know, in the original Half-Life, the Zen section is actually pretty short and pretty terrible. It's not very good. So what they did was they kind of redesigned the entire thing, brand new visuals, and they kind of reimagined it. So they
was it more green before?
It's kind of like a bunch of floating rocks in space. I think they made like Zen an extra half of the game almost. Like they added a lot of stuff to it, so it's been really cool playing through it. There's some really great stuff like one of the cool this jellyfish gave me some ammo, and I was like, cool. I know what the fuck that is, but it's giving me some ammo. The thing I love about Zen, I said I really like the more open sections. Zen's really open. You basically, when you get to the end of the original mod, you'll meet up with a bunch of scientists who need you to go into the Zen, and they give you this double jump thing where it's like a long jump if you double tap spacebar. So you'll then see like a bunch of ramps and stuff that you can jump between.
Is it like a jetpack?
Oh, there you go. You like fly across with this double jump like this.
Oh my god, okay.
So you like pull these ramps down, and there's like mushrooms and stuff you can jump on, and there's like optional section. I'm still looking at the skybox, so I can't believe what I'm seeing. There's still like cool atmospheric stuff as well. Like there's a section where it's like an old research facility, and then you find like zombies with they're in HEV suits. They're essentially like armored headcrab zombies, which is pretty cool. I was like, what the fuck? These bat things are coming towards me.
They're pacifist.
There's lots of like platforming stuff in Zen because obviously you're in the middle of space. I've only played like a couple of hours in the Zen, to be honest with you. I haven't finished it yet. Like I'd love to say, you know, oh, fucking Zen's awesome. From what I've played, it's fucking awesome, but I actually spent most of my time just replaying through the main game. Because
get back to it.
it's been so long since I played the main game that they pretty much changed most of it. So that's pretty cool. But from what I've seen of Zen, it's fucking awesome. I definitely recommend checking out Black Mesa if you haven't. If you've played Half-Life, if you haven't played Half-Life, check this out. It's a really sick game and good nostalgia trip for any Half-Life fan. So, oh, this is what I was talking about quickly. This is like, even though the Zen's very open, there's still sections where you're in like these very claustrophobic kind of horror sort of things where you have the HEV suits on
That's
that has armor in it. Yeah. And of course, there's also bosses and stuff in Zen as well, which I haven't experienced, but I'm sure that's going to be awesome as well. So yeah, that's Tangerine, Black Mesa. I'd recommend this one. What do you think? Yeah, what do you think?
So no, I just okay. I just wanted to know was going around this corner. Yeah, no. So just to clarify, the old Zen in the original game.
Yeah.
What did that look like compared to?
It was like a bunch of brown floating platforms.
Brown. Okay.
It was like brown and green.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I remember.
And then you fight a giant baby at the end.
So that was meant to be the Zen. Okay, because I watched Half-Life at some point. I was like, I didn't. Okay, right.
But
yeah, this is way better.
Most people agree it wasn't very good.
But it could have been amazing.
Yeah, so this is kind of the reimagining of it, which I find pretty cool. Someone will probably make a mod on the workshop that just makes the original shit Zen. So if you want to play that,
prefer that one.
I mean, there's gonna be purists out there everywhere. So,
yeah,
people are gonna want.
We're not purists though.
There's still plenty of puzzle solving where you can plugs into alien crystals and open doors.
Oh, that's the answer.
Yep.
That.
It's a classic Valve puzzle.
I like these whiteboards though; they're really cool, like well detailed.
Yeah, good resolution. Them. Anyway,
actually, again, I might actually as a Half-Life. I might actually be able to play myself.
Well, if you're watching this is probably going to go live tomorrow for when we're recording. So this will be on Wednesday the 29th.
Yeah. Tuesday today.
They've made all the Half-Life games free before Half-Life Alyx comes out. So if you're interested in playing any Half-Life game, which if you haven't by now, why not? I mean, I feel like most people have played at least a Half-Life game. But you can play any of the Half-Life games. Half-Life, I think the DLC as well for the original Half-Life, Opposing Forces, and what was it? Blue Shift, maybe?
Okay.
Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2. You can play Episode 2 and be really disappointed like me for 10 years.
Well, less time if...
Well, probably not. Because we're getting the prequel.
Yeah.
We can't talk about Black Mesa without talking about Half-Life 3 and Half-Life Alyx. Like, you got to mention it at least once. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Black Mesa's awesome. Check it out. I fucking love it. Goodbye.
On Steam. Bye.